we have had situations where constitutional change has been a method of dealing with systemic inequality. So Reconstruction is the obvious example where the Reconstruction amendments were meant to renegotiate the nature of the relationship between the states and the federal government, and also between the states and the people following the Civil War. So that is one example where, in fact, we have actually relied on constitutional change to make changes within our society. Now, note, we're still having this conversation. So obviously there are some limits to what the Constitution can do. And, part of the failings, I think, or at least the initial failings of the Reconstruction amendments had to do with a recalcitrant court that interpreted them very narrowly and did so in a way that limited the work that Congress wanted to do in enforcing the terms of the Reconstruction amendments. But I think we ought to think more broadly about what sustainable change might look like in our society and in our government. It's not just the Constitution. Most of the amendments have enabling acts, for example, and Congress could do more. I mean, part of this, of course, and the reticence, I think, of Congress to do things is that they are hopelessly fractured right now. We've never been more divided than we are in this moment, and it's hard to see legislative change as a method going forward. Except for the Civil War. But again, there are other avenues where we could think about this. So, to the point about systemic change within the criminal justice system, there is a bill that's been introduced that would do such things as eliminate qualified immunity, which is a judge-made doctrine that has made it really impossible to hold the police personally accountable for misconduct. That's proceeding through the various houses of Congress, and that's one way that you can have important changes. You don't have to just rely solely on the Constitution, and you don't have to solely rely on the federal Constitution. So the states are often more generative places to think about how to have lasting change that will really make a difference in the lives of individuals.